This is the final part of our Day of the Dead artwork. So we're gonna cut out what we've been working on for the last few days and assemble it all on a better piece of paper. So the first thing I do when I'm cutting out something complex is I just quickly get rid of the excess paper that's gonna get in the way of my hand. As I'm cutting, notice that my scissors are staying relatively straight, but my hand that's holding the paper moves so that I can cut straight into the paper. When I'm cutting angular areas, like what I'm doing right now, I'm going to come in at both directions so that it's much easier to cut off. Basically, when you're using scissors, you don't want to be moving your cutting hand in an awkward way. Move your paper around your hand so that it's really easy to cut out. If you're around a hard corner, try to find a different angle to go in and just cut out from there. So you can leave it like that, or you can get rid of the excess space that's in the negative areas. If you want to do that, you want to pinch the paper so that you can just cut into that section just a little bit, and then try to go up close to one line to get your cut started. And then you want to try to cut off some of that excess that's in the center to make the rest of it a lot easier. So now when you glue, turn your paper over, put it on a scrap piece since there's so many negative spaces, and just go over most of the edges with a glue stick. Stick it down as best as you can to your paper, and then take your scrap paper, fold it, put glue on the edge, and then begin to secure all the little pieces that are going to stick up. When you're gluing something with so many different pieces, it's really difficult to get them all to stick down with a glue stick. White glue also tends to get kind of clumpy and messy, so that's the cleanest way to glue something down. So we're going to add a 3D component to our Day of the Dead artwork. I'm going to add large flowers to mine. I start out with a circle and a kind of asterisk shape around that so that I can pull my petals of my flower in a pretty symmetrical way around the flower. I'm basically going to end up making 3 different flowers of 3 different sizes so I can piece them together and make a 3D flower. Now the background, I actually ended up losing the video which I showed how to do that, but the red paper It has different textures on it. You want to take a crown and put it on the side. Find some texture to lay your paper on, and you can do texture rubbings into the background. If you're in class, I have some texture boards that you can use to get a similar effect. Okay, so now that I have my biggest and my smallest flower, I want to do blue to contrast the flower that's in the middle. I just traced my smallest flower, and I'm just going to make another flower that's just slightly bigger than that. So I traced my smallest flower so I would know how large my medium flower needed to be. Once I cut all of those out, I'm just going to use a marker to add a little bit of pattern so that these flower petals don't look plain. Now I'm going to assemble my 3D component. First, I want to take the largest flower, flip it over, and I am only gluing a circle on the back. Place it around your artwork and see where it looks best. I'm going to glue mine down on the bottom corner and let it hang off the page a little bit. So I'm only gluing the center because I want this to pop out. So when I'm done, I'm going to pull the leaves up or the petals up so that they look 3D. You could do smaller flowers and give your skeleton a flower crown, or you can put a few smaller flowers in different spots. I did a really large flower, so I'm just going to put one flower in the corner. Okay, and then once you're happy with whatever 3D element you added, you are finished your final project.